Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Green and you're tuning into AMTV Alternative Media Television. So I wanted to weigh in on this crisis that is currently taking place at our borders in Texas and Arizona, this immigration crisis where 3/4 of the immigrants, a lot of them children from places like Central America, contiguous states like Honduras. I mean, even the vice president's wife of Honduras is going to Texas along with terrorist Nancy Pelosi to check out the humanitarian crisis that makes up this influx of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants on our borders, flowing into the United States, diseased with scabies, being held like animals in cages at our borders. I mean, this is an absolute crisis. This is as bad as it gets. And you know what? It was all planned. It was all intentional. Notice how, and very few people ask these questions, notice how the president was emblazoned in all these scandals, whether or not it was the loss of learners' emails and the fake computer crash, even though we know that images of our emails are mirrored and then stored at the NSA, along with the other intelligence agencies illegally and anti-constitutionally. But notice, all that was going on. Bo Bergdahl, the illegal exchange of him, a known deserter for 5 Durka Taliban terrorists, and then boom, all of a sudden it's all about immigration. And again, it's all planned. This is a planned destabilization effort of the Obama regime. This has been in the works for years now, and it has unintended consequences. You know, personally, I never really even understood immigration bake. I never really even understood the thought of immigration reform. It seems ridiculous. It is illegal for someone to come and cross our borders and then just declare themselves a citizen. And then for the American people to pay taxes for those people illegally crossing. It threatens our society, it threatens America, and it's why we're having all the problems we are having today. It's why we're in debt. It's why we're saddled with all this controversy. But again, at the upper echelon of the White House, this political sphere, and also big technology companies like Mark Zuckerberg, of Facebook, that are also big government, are all pro this. He's established websites like forward.us that says, hey, let's just make illegals legal. Now, if Mark Zuckerberg, you, or I tried to cross the border of Russia or Uruguay, we would be shot at with guns. But not here in America. We open up our borders. Come on in, everybody. Come on to the United States and spread your disease. Now, again, I'm not saying this isn't tragic. I'm not saying that this isn't a humanitarian crisis. My heart goes out to all these people, these children that are covered up to their knees. Some of the girls reported from mud and dirt from crossing the Rio Grande. I think that this is absolutely a tragedy, but we can't keep them here. We can't just continue to open up our borders. Again, this is a planned destabilization effort by the Obama regime. It's a smoke and mirrors campaign. While the right hand is doing one thing, make sure you're paying attention to what is happening on the left. And again, this is all about creating political instability. You know what this really is, in theory, and this has been documented well in history, historically, this is a re-education of America. This is opening up our borders to bring them up a lower rung of our society, to create the socialist state that is America today. Again, if you look up the DREAM Act for yourself, if you are to actually serve in the military or get a college degree, be re-educated, what the U.S. government likes to call higher learning, re-education, then all of a sudden you can become a citizen now. They want to create a society, a lower class rung. They want to get rid of the middle class completely, which is what they've been working on over the past couple of years, and re-educate the American society into complacency so that these people become dreamers and they become citizens, and then all of a sudden they're voting again and again for people like President Barack Obama, a known fascist, what some people would say socialist, but I would say fascist, in the White House today. Who knows? Maybe he'll run for a 3rd term. Again, all of this a part of the planned destabilization effort here in America. And again, there are unintended consequences with this, folks. Let me give you a perfect example. Somebody that I'm not going to mention, but a member of my extended family was almost killed by an illegal alien just a couple of weeks ago. He got into a car accident in Huntington Beach. He almost died. This person wasn't illegal. Now, I'm not saying the person did it on purpose, but this member of my extended family almost died. And of course, the illegal alien didn't have insurance. He couldn't pay for anything. But the member of my family had to pay for all of his health care, almost died, had to pay for his car, his automobile, etc. Again, just one example of the unintended consequences of these illegal people here crossing our borders, threatening us in ways that maybe some of you want to think. Again, a member of my extended family almost dying because of this. You know, it's a tragic situation that we would open up our borders. It is tragic to think that our leadership is re-educating our society intentionally. And it's exactly what's happening. Again, this is all in the history books, folks. Whether or not it was the Northern Vietnam after we left, re-educating Southern Vietnamese
military personnel and members of society, or whether or not this was the Maoist doctrine of re-educating his underclass of people, his underlings. Again, a dictator, you know Mao, killed lots and lots of people. The same thing is happening in the United States of America today. Again, folks, this is a planned invasion. This is a re-education system. These are the re-education camps. And it's all part of the gross destabilization effort that makes up the illegal presidency of Barack Hussein Obama, a person who's been committing executive action and executive order after another against our constitutional principles, failing to notify Congress, and now he's opening up our borders to destabilize the larger America and to create